last week brought in winter conditions. Many schools and campuses closed or had delays due to the weather. But as those calls are made, many wonder what goes into canceling classes. It's where we begin tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jamie Baker.
And I'm Dylan Cleland. News 9's Jessica Riley has more on the process.
Over the past week, many schools in the Ohio Valley closed or had 2-hour delays due to weather conditions. But this raises the question, what actually goes into canceling classes?
The last thing that you want to have is a bus that ends up, in a ditch or stuck, or worst case scenario, somebody's injured.
After seeing mixed feelings on social media, we asked the public how they felt on the current system school districts use, receiving over 100 different views. One person said in part, quote, "Times change, schools definitely close more often, but that's not a bad thing. Less of a chance for wrecks, illness, injury, the kids aren't learning any less," end quote. And on the flip side, another person said, quote, "I don't think we've ever had a delay for the cold for an inch or two of snow. These kids are going to grow up into adults thinking they're on a 2-hour delay from their job," end quote. But speaking with Dr. Shutler, he says it's all about safety, especially in a rural area.
I think there's always that older generation that says things have gotten soft, or maybe people aren't as tough. I don't remember the cold delays or the cold cancellations as much when I was a kid, but I think for the most part, superintendents and school administrators were always trying to do what was best for kids.
Shutler says there's a few things that go into the decision, starting with closely tracking the forecast and then discussing with other school district officials off a text chain to understand what's going on within each district.
What the misperception I think most have is, well, the interstate's fine or Route 40 is fine. And I would agree. Most of the time, they are correct when they make those statements. But many of the roads our buses travel down are either, gravel roads, tarred and chipped roads that are on the ridges.
Dr. Shutler says they have transportation officials to check those back roads before they make an executive decision. But what about when it's just cold out?
Sometimes kids are waiting for those bus stops a little bit longer than we would even like. We're not talking about strictly, teenagers and high school students. We're oftentimes talking about, 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds waiting at the bus stop.
And when it comes down to it, it's all about making sure children are as safe as possible. Reporting for News 9, I'm Jessica Riley.
I'm Gianna Dupre. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch, and please take some time to subscribe to our channel.